All right, I just turned on the lights. We have camera. We have action, son. So you just watched the video about doctors of optometry, and this mom took her two boys to see the doctor, and nothing is mentioned whether they got glasses or not, but she also took the eye exam, and the doctor found out that she had glaucoma. What is glaucoma, son?
A sickness or a disease.
That affects 1 in 200 people younger than age 50.
Yeah, I was thinking it would be 50 and older.
And if left untreated, she would become blind since there are no symptoms. What are symptoms?
Things up like that.
Ow!
Oh.
You hit me in the, see?
Shin.
Shin bone. You know what shin splints are?
Shin splints?
Yes or no?
No.
When you run, I used to run in cross country, and then one time I couldn't run. I was running and then,
Cramp?
It's like a cramp, but it's not on the muscle. It feels like someone stuck a knife on your shin or kicked you, just like you did right now. And so then I started limping, and the coach said, "Oh, you have shin splints." I'm like, "No, duh. Shouldn't let people run. Not at these." And I wasn't even at full speed yet. I was just starting out. He said, "Yeah, it comes from growing, I think." I think someone said that. That means if you grow, you gotta, sometimes you grow so fast. So don't do some exercises. You gotta flow in life. Alright, so then I told you about the doctor of optometry. Yeah, she's yelling for some reason. Then I don't know what she said. Maybe she said Daniel or something else. Then the doctor of optometry reminded me about glaucoma. My tia Maya in Honduras, her real name was Amalia Galo de Mendoza. Mendoza was her husband. Amalia was her birth name, but I always called her Tia Maya, so I named my daughter Maya.
So Mom named me, you named Mom? Ma?
Your mother was disrespectful when she named you because I said, "Please sit down, Anna, so we can discuss what we're going to name the baby boy." And she said, "His name is Anthony." And then she walked away. That was disrespectful. She was 8 months pregnant, but she was always too... She had tried to tell me before, "Let's talk about what we're going to name the baby." But I had 2 jobs back then, son. And I said, "Please, another moment." So like the next day or the day after, I said, "Okay, now I'm ready." And she just walked away. I was wearing my work uniform. I was sitting down, and I said, "All right, Pappy, you will suffer for what you've done." And she has. Have you noticed how I haven't worked in 10 years? Mostly I haven't. But she has worked. Now she appreciates the value of money. Isn't she saying, "Don't use so much water when you are washing dishes, Daniel"?
Yeah.
Did she say that before?
Yeah.
No, like 10 years ago she wouldn't say things like that. And when I would tell her, what did I tell her? I used to tell her, our daughter's taking a shower for half an hour. Please, she's using a lot of water. And I used to go knock on the bathroom door and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she would say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We have so much money, we're going to throw it away." You see? So because of her attitude, I said, "All right then, you're going to find out what work is." And she has always worked hard, but she still hasn't learned. She hasn't learned that like I watch videos, there's a 5-gallon per minute shower head. That's the one probably that came with the house. And there's one that you only use 1 gallon per minute. or 1.5, 1.5 gallons
Yeah.
per minute.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What was it? Oh yeah. Are you know when you like signing up for your job?
Job application?
Yeah. Is that an interview?
It is, in a way.
Or do you
Somebody
have to have
will
another
read it.
interview
No,
later
there
on?
is another interview usually. A
Oh.
person will read it, and then they
And
say,
then they'll
okay, I'm going to
come
call this one and this one.
Wait, so they do like in the movies? There's like a guy in one chair, and then there are two guys in the other chairs and the desk. They're like, okay, so according to this, blah 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 blah, blah blah blah. Do you know how to do this? He's like, no. Then we'll have to teach you. Blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
You're hired, or you're not hired.
That's right. That's why I prefer for you to have the skills. Getting back to Maya, the one that died, Tia Maya, when she was being buried, her coffin was 4 inches too big and it wouldn't fit into the
Oh.
tile, the whole tile. It was like cement. The tomb, it wouldn't fit. You had to lower it, right?
Mm-hmm.
My grandmother was underneath, the dead grandmother, right? She was underneath, and then there was space to put another coffin in it.
Isn't that like disrespectful?
No, usually they have a mausoleum. You know what a mausoleum is?
Mm-hmm.
This could be a room this big, or it could be a whole house full of dead people. They put mine here, they put yours on top, they put your grandchildren on top of that one, right? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
So this room would be full of coffins. But Grandpa said that it's only for a time. 100 years later, your relatives don't go to the cemetery anymore. So they resell them.
What do you mean yourself?
They resell the space. All right, just go over there and chop up everything, make sure everything's powder. And I don't know how they do it, right? But
wait, so they
the
sell
point
the
is
coffins
that
back?
no, they get rid of everything, and they say, okay, now we have. Let's say that there are 20, space for 20 coffins in this room. All right, we can start selling them again.
The coffins?
No, the room, the space, the cemetery space, the plot of land that you get buried in. In Louisiana, I heard that no one gets buried, they get cremated. Because if you bury into the ground, and they've told you not to do it, then there's a rain, and as soon as that rain comes, your coffin is floating down the street. I've told you this before, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't bury people in Louisiana.
No.
They cremate them. They put them inside, which is a natural cremation. I read a book about it. They put you in a piece of stone, a capsule stone,
and they
right?
put you in the fire.
No, they
like
don't
a
have to
furnace.
put you in fire. It's so hot
It's a furnace.
that it becomes a furnace. In 1 year or two, everything gets dust, becomes dust.
No, how come you're bleeding?
From this side here?
Mhm.
I don't know. I woke up that way. So back to this funeral with Tia Maya. Let's say this occur, right? So this is why it's important for you to learn what I want you to learn. Everybody was gathered around and they couldn't fit the coffin into the tomb. So they said, "Is there a carpenter among us?" All these people, right, getting at the funeral. So if you would have been there and you're a carpenter.
Yeah, but now, why can't the people just like saw off a little 4 inches, cut you one right there, hammer him in? That's it.
They could, but if a carpenter does it, it will look better, right?
Sure.
And it's not that she was too tall. The problem was her coffin was 4 inches bigger. And these are things like the salesman should have measured, you know? Where are you going to put this coffin? Let me go see. But who goes that extra mile? Few people, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
yes.
maybe. No, not the thing.
What do you want?
Purple paper thing.
No, I don't want you in the room with your sister. because you know what a bully is?
Yes.
All right. There are different types of bullies. The selfish narcissist bully will give you food and cookies today, right? And tomorrow, that selfish narcissist bully will say, why don't you eat suntan lotion so that you die? You understand?
Mm.
Huh?
Yeah.
So never be around that type of selfish narcissist bully. What is a selfish narcissist?
So,
Hmm?
I have to do it.
They only care about themselves. You have to do what?
Help her paint.
You don't, son.
No,
Only do it if your mother is here and in the room.
Dad.
Yes, sir?
Yes, I do.
Remember that I was just telling you about my triggers, right?
Yeah.
And my buttons? Alright, one is bad music. I don't want to hear bad music. That's one. The second one are my enemies. My mother came by, right? Right? So I got two triggers at the same time. I got my mother here outside in the parking, in the driveway, and I've got, what's the other one? I've got my daughter with the bad music that I can't stand. You see? So those were two triggers. So making this video and watching videos about optometry and things like that are tranquilizing me. You're growing your brain power by listening to me. If you leave me, then it's like I'm Batman, I'm a superhero, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in trouble. Like, remember that strong man that there was a movie where his bones didn't break and things like that? They were like very super strong. But could he swim? You don't know the movie?
No.
Well, he couldn't swim. He was, and then the thing is, he ends up working right at the school where he was a boy, and then or he goes to visit the school where he drowned as a boy, and then the old woman said, "Is that your name? Don't you know who you are?" And he says, "What do you mean?" "You were the boy that drowned in the pool. And they had to drag you out of there." And he's like, "I thought that was just some story." And he said, "You are the one that, you were the main character in that story." But he can't remember because he was too busy drowning. Alright, in that movie, the actor from Die Hard movies, what's his name? Anyway, the name of the movie is Indestructible or Undestructible, something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know why I have to do it?
No. Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because then the contract is off if we don't do it.
What contract?
The contract that the contract that when I'm 13 years old, Mom buy me a phone.
Oh, now you see? Don't rely on that. I told you, she'll give you cookies today, and then another day she'll tell you, "I wish you were dead. Why don't you commit suicide?" Alright? Avoid, as much as possible, avoid contact with her. Besides, I need you. "Oh, Daniel, you're so needy." Yeah, I need you.
You said don't be needy.
Right? Don't be needy. But one thing is, avoid negative people, negative places, and negative things. All of my teaching is worthless once you're destroyed. You see? "Oh, Max, he died at 10 years old." No. God bless you and those that surround you.